Hello folks, if you are watching this video, then odds are you've recently purchased yourself a Canon Rebel EOS T7i. And like many of us, when you first get it and open the box and take a look at it, you are a little bit overwhelmed. You've got a huge thick book, you've got a lot of options, a lot of different buttons, and when you turn it on, you have got a list of menus and you're not quite sure where to start, where to go, what to do. So what this video is going to be is a guide, kind of a walk through the menus to give you a good idea of where you want to go and what you want to do. A lot to cover here. It's going to take a while, so let's get started. And again, congratulations. Welcome to the T7i Club. Okay, folks, so come up here, hit the menu button. What you want to do is come over here to display level settings, and once you are in this, out of the box it's probably going to come set to standard, mode guide disabled, feature guide disabled. This may be how it comes out of the box, right? So what you're going to see if you go to shoot is something similar to this here. Or if you're in this mode, you know, you're going to have something similar to this. Okay, now what you want to do, if this is your first time ever using a Canon product, DSLR, or something of this nature here, and you are completely clueless, you want to come up here for shooting screen, go to guided. Okay, with that, I'll go over it in a sec. You want to take menu display, go to guided. Come back up here, hit the menu button again. Now see, this has changed. Now menu display is telling you exactly what's in there. So you want to come down here to guide mode. Basically what we're doing here, right out of the box, is you're going to enable all of the helpful features that this camera has for the beginner. So that's what we just did. We just enabled all of the features that are going to be helpful for you as a beginner to help you maneuver through the camera. Now watch how simple this gets from changing that. Out of the box, now when you change your modes, now look. Flash off, shoot without flash. It walks you through, like literally shows you the picture step by step. Portrait. Watch, you hit there. Portrait mode. No, you're shooting in portrait mode. It's like that simple. Now watch this. I want to change something. Uh-oh, nothing's happening. But look, this little Q down here is blinking, which means in order to change something, I've got to push that. Now you also have the option to push this Q that's on. Let me see if I can brighten that up a little for you. Now see, here's this Q. But on screen it will tell you, which is an amazing feature of this camera. So, okay, I want to change something, the brightness of the portrait. So now here, you can go brighter, darker. Now this is another wonderful feature here in this mode for the beginner. It tells you, it literally shows you a picture of what the setting will do in the picture. So, for example, now let's come over here to close-up. Actually, no, let's come over here to, okay, shutter priority, customize how moving subjects look. Exactly what it sounds like. If you want to get your child running and you don't want to have them blurred while they're running, you would go to TV, shutter priority, and look, it'll show you here the options. Let's take that down a bit. Now here, you come over here and see they look frozen, so you'll catch them in action and they won't look like they're moving. Or you can come over here to that setting, you move the slider down, and now you can have them showing motion. The picture describes it. I don't even have to explain it. This is beautiful. So if you are a beginner, again, I highly recommend going to these modes. And again, look, oh, what's going on? Nothing's happening. Well, it's telling you push this button. I'm pushing that, and now I can make the adjustments. There you go. And look, even when you go down, suitable for general photography, capture move. So it even gives you the explanation on screen, folks. Awesome. Awesome. Suitable for shooting night scenes, use a tripod. It literally tells you right there, like what to do and basically how to do it. It's a great feature. So let's come over here. aperture priority, basically the blurred background and the sharpness. Okay, so I want the whole picture in focus. There you go, sharp. I want the background blurred. Okay, now again, see folks, oh, nothing's happening because I'm not hitting the right button. So I got to come down and start there. And then again, as you move it around, it's going to tell you, brings the background more into focus. Blur the background. So it, like again, it literally tells you on screen what it's going to do and how to do it, and it gives you like helpful pointers. So this is a fantastic starting point for anybody who is just got this camera and is really wanting to learn what's going on and what it can do. Okay, so we've covered what this screen does. Let's come over here to these settings. Now right up here, I've got this in manual mode, which means it's going to give us different options than if we were in auto mode. Let me change it over to auto mode here. Okay, so in auto mode, as you can see, now we've just completely changed the options we have. Now watch this, go back to manual mode, and here are some completely different options. So unfortunately, the way that this works with a lot of the options, they change with the mode you're in, which kind of gets confusing because if you are in manual mode and you switch it over to auto, you may be looking for something you just saw in manual mode and you can't figure out where it went. Well, the reason it's gone is because every mode seems to have slightly different options. That's not necessarily true for the playback function right here. But for this settings right here, the little wrench, icon setting, and this camera setting right here. So as you can see here, this is in auto mode, and you see there's literally one little subfolder there. And then you come over here to manual mode and hit the menu, and now we've got 5 subfolders. So this gets a little more confusing, and over time it will start to make more sense why that is. The reason being, once you get to manual mode, you basically unlock every feature of the camera, and you can like literally adjust almost every feature on the camera that's available. Actually, you can in manual mode. Versus auto mode, you just basically have almost no options. I mean, as far as what you can do here, red eye reduction, image review, the quality picture if you want to shoot in RAW plus JPEG or whatever. Release shutter without card, that's a big one. I always say to turn that off, because if it's off when there's no card in the camera, this is what it will look like. Here, ready? Let me pop this card out and show you. Okay, here's the card. Now watch what's going to happen here. No card in camera. So you don't accidentally take a whole bunch of pictures. Because watch. Oh, I'm trying to take a picture. No card in camera. Oh, it's horrible. My kids are screaming as usual. So again, put the card back in, and you can start taking pictures again. Okay, so let's go over a couple things that you're probably going to want to do as soon as you fire this up. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is come over here to the settings. Okay, and we're going to look for the date and time, which is right here. You want to set the proper date and time in here for obvious reasons, because in the future these are going to be tagged. All your photos and pictures and videos, everything gets tagged with the date and time, and it's a good way to obviously tell when you took it, and it's also a good way to organize it. You want to set your language, and here's your LCD brightness. As you can, well, you can't tell because of this camera. The camera I'm using to record this is everything's set to auto, so it's going to compensate as I shoot. Auto power off. 1 minute, and all that does is shut it down and conserve your battery, which is another great feature. Viewfinder display. What that does is give you a couple things or whatnot. So see, there's one option. There's a little electronic thing. There's another option. But again, if you're here, if you want to use the viewfinder, the display, or the I'm sorry, the level, just hit the info button there, and now you got the level. And I don't know, can you see that info button on here? I'm trying to do this. Right there, the info button, the level. Okay, so again, these are just some basic options to get you up and running. There's not a whole lot you need to do. Basically, you just turn it on to your auto and start shooting. But in your menus, like I said, I would start here. You know, change these to your guided. Just everything you can do here for help. Guided. This, enable. You know, all these modes. Set to the easiest possible modes to help you get through the first couple weeks or months or whatever, or you might want to stay that way. You know, you'll have an out. If you start getting stuck with something or you want to do something you're not sure how to do it, this will explain it to you as if you were watching a video. I mean, it's so easy. It's awesome. So anyways, I'm going to end it here. You know, I've gone over a lot of this on my channel. If you look through my channel, I've got a lot of these other tips, pointers, tutorials. You can check those out. I go into basically a whole bunch of different aspects of this, but I just haven't gone over these actual menu displays for somebody who's just taking it out of the box and wants to get up and running, but not sure where to set this to start. So that's basically a good starting point. All right, guys. Well, hopefully this was helpful. I got to get down to the kiddos, and we'll see you in the next video. Actually, you didn't even see me at all this time, but we'll see you soon.